And Lee getting off the front of Mullin.
Lee does well to a little header to Mullin. Oh, gets his pass all wrong as Barnett was trying to run in behind. It's hit long. Cleworth is there. Heads only partly clear. And now here is Duke McKenna. Can't sort his feet out. Good tackle that by Dobson. And here Wrexham again now. Cannon deep in his own half. Run over the top by Butherson. Cannon looks to hit him, but he only hits Moon. And Moon does well to find Folds with his head. Folds helps round the corner. Duke McKenna can't get a proper contact on it, and Dobson, who was clipped by Muldoon, helps it on. McLean now having a go at Azare, goes around the outside of him. Can he deliver? Butherson's made a good run, has played behind him. Mullin back to goal, can't quite bring it down and hit it. Cannon neatly pulled a volley to Barnett, but Barnett can't control it. Cleworth does well, gets at the pitch and wins it. That encouraged the Wrexham fans in that corner of the pitch. Cleworth now down the line. Cannon keeps it in, sweeps a good ball in on. Lee just can't make contact at the far post. Good energy by McLean to claim it back. Lee scrapping, makes a tackle, but Harrogate ride both those challenges, and they're on the break now through the middle, and Corneliusson is pulled down by Dobson. Obvious yellow. I can see why he did it. Obviously taking one for the team, although O'Connor looked frustrated. I think he felt he was going to run into his pocket.
Yeah, O'Connell straight away saying you don't have to do it, I was there, which he was, but again, just on the break, Harrogate just look really good when they're coming forward, and this is where they can catch us out now in this second half, where we're obviously going to push forward, trying to nick that goal, trying to get back into this game, but they do look very, very threatening on the break.
Yeah.
Well, McLean gets the ball outside on this left-hand side. He does really well, drives in to then push the ball out towards the corner flag. That creates him his space to get the cross in. The cross goes in, it's behind Bavarsson, but then Mullin, he's back to goal on the penalty spot. If he leaves it, Barney's free, he's got the back of the goal to himself, but instead Mullin takes a touch, he doesn't know Barnett's there, and the chance is wasted.
Duke McKenna then on the free kick. It's a good 25 yards out, if not more. Wrexham have a two-man wall. And so Duke McKenna's looking very studiedly at the 5 men up at the far post. He steps up, swings it in for them, and it goes beyond everybody. Wasn't this the worst area? It just dropped between players, it felt.
Yeah, the linesman flagged for offside anyway. He's behind the pole, so I saw his flag go. A little lean forward. Saw he had put it up.
Wrexham have got Mo Farrell warming up. We've got a few players actually warming up when you look across to the far side of the pitch. Short goal kick is set up. But are Harrogate making a change, or? Yeah, they are. And they're going to bring off Marsh, who has put in a very, very good shift. Gets a standing ovation from the Harrogate fans. On will come Sam Follerin. So striker for striker. And Harrogate have made it beyond the halfway point now in the half. Still holding on to that 1-0 lead. Straight swap then, Follerin up front with Muldoon.
Yep, no formation change. I think Duke McKenna is the other one going off. He has put a right shift in for his team up that left-hand side. He's been back to help out, and he's caused problems going forward as well. He's had a real good game.
Also, James Daly has come on for Stephen Duke McKenna. He's gone onto the left-hand side. So let's see how Wrexham can find a goal. O'Connor with the diagonal, both of us on ducking in, backing in, runs the header, but it drops behind Mullin. And it's fed forward neatly, and here's Cornelius again driving forwards. Again, Dobson with him. Plays a lovely ball inside O'Connor. Great work by O'Connell. Follerin was onto it. Follerin manages to retrieve the ball. Cross comes in straight to the Okonkwo. And he's got a chance to deliver this early now. Doesn't take it. He had 3 players running in front of him. Balls are out now. And it's Barnett deep in his own half. Wrexham approaching the last 20. Harrogate approaching a cup upset. O'Connor now on the left-hand side. McLean's calling for it. Wrexham recirculate it in their own half. O'Connell feeding a neat ball. A good turn by Dobson. Good ball to Mullin. Good turn by him as well. He can feed it wide to Barnett. He doesn't. Eventually he does, but he could have played it earlier. Barnett rips it in dangerously. McLean gets up and heads it just wide. It's a difficult heading. He's sprinting in from beyond the far post. Meets it at speed and heads it just wide of the far post. It was a chance.
Yeah, brilliant cross by Barnett again. Good play that time. I was just about to say, we haven't got Dobson on the ball. When we're 3 for 2 in the middle of midfield, and we just have not got Dobson on the ball. The front two of Harrogate doing a real good job on him since that first 10-minute spell. But then the cross comes in, and like you say, McLean's coming at it at pace. You expect him to at least get on target, and it just glances off his head.
Following concedes a daft free kick, pushing O'Connell over when he's under the ball. Looked like it was going to go over O'Connell's head, to be honest. Here's a short free kick then to O'Connor. McLean demanding it early, gets it early this time. Taylor coming back to double up, so McLean goes back into midfield. Dobson again drifting into a nice little area. O'Connor goes square. Dobson has dragged the Harrogate midfield with him, and there's space for O'Connell, who dinks it behind Mullen. Azari heads it away. Poor header. Lee brings it down, works it wide. McLean now. Butterson again making a run to the near post. McLean beats his man, hits the goal line, chips to the far post beyond everyone. Barnes and well to keep it alive. Nodded to Mullen. Hooks it back in the goal mouth. Headed clear by O'Connor. Mullen does well to head it back again. Edge of the D. Good control by Lee. He's forced backwards, but he feeds it quickly to the right, and the Wrexham fans are roaring encouragement. Cluith now, 30 yards out, has got Barnett down the line. Two players blocking that passing channel, and Wrexham switch well. Dobson onto O'Connor, threads it through the middle. Bodvarsson off balance, can't keep it. McLean was in so much space on the left end, waiting for the chance to cross, as Harrogate make a hash of the breakaway this time. But yeah, I mean, this is the pattern set for the game now, isn't it? Wrexham really pressing hard. Harrogate looking to break out. O'Connell brings it out. I just thought the pass to McLean was on then for O'Connor rather than feeding it into the crowd. Here is a pass now to McLean. Taking on Azare. He's had an impact. He goes on the outside and stands it to the far post. Defender under it. Misses it. Barnett sets himself. Hits it. It's well blocked. Some of the fans shout round ball. The Wrexham players don't. Cannon battling in the air. And Wrexham win it back. Lee quickly over to the right to Cluith. Cluith squares it. Dobson just beyond the centre circle. Lovely ball to Lee. Nice take by Lee. Edge of the D. Swoops it quickly to McLean, who's got time to take a touch. Swing across to the far post again. We pick out a defender. Cannon gets up, heads it in the goal mouth. It'll fall for Budvarsson. Great shot, great save. Tremendous scissored volley. Alan Mark Hughes from about 10 yards out. But Belshaw got down to his right and saves well. Wrexham clean it back up. Ball down the right-hand side to McLean. Mullen's made a great run. He's angry. McLean's not played him in. Terrific pressure, this. Here now is Cluith. Threading it into the feet of Lee. Plays it around the corner. Doesn't get it right, though. And now Cornelius, he's been massive in the second half in transition. Plays it wide. McLean clips his man, and he'll get booked for that. There wasn't a lot of contact, and I think that Taylor knew what he was doing, but having given the foul, McLean has to get booked, really, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he knew what he was doing as well, McLean. He just ran back, got his shoulder to the back of Taylor. Taylor got himself in a good position in between ball and man, and he just goes down easy. You can tell what these boys are putting in from this Harrogate team, because Taylor is out on his feet, breathing heavily. So's Cornelius, the same, and they've got 15 minutes plus added time to still go. Wrexham really dominant on top, but the Harrogate's still a threat from this breakaway.
Well, Fowl is getting instructions and taking his tabard off by the bench. Taylor on the free kick this time. Stands it up to a far post. Good header, clear that by O'Connor. It's headed back in towards the edge of the box. Dobson intercepts and prods it inaccurately. It's worked wide by doing really. Nodded inside, and Harrogate just holds it on the right. Little bit of space for Taylor to cut in. He's told to shoot, and he does, and he slices it away from goal from 25 yards out. Cluith having to sprint across to retrieve the ball to take the goal kick. And here comes Mo Fowl. Now, will he sacrifice a centre-back? Something he did a lot
thought so
in his early stage of his time with Wrexham. And
Tom O'Connor.
O'Connor, yeah. So, Phil Barkson takes the big risk now. It's a formation change we did so consistently in the National League, and it's regularly got results. We haven't done it much in the Football League, but Fowl now up top in front of a diamond midfield. Mullin sitting between Fowle and Buthersson. Long ball towards Buthersson, who backs in well. He's got players wide if he can behind them. He goes down, asks for the foul. I think he had a case there. Azare touched tight. Looked like he made contact, nothing given. Here's Dobson now, turning. Good ball out wide. Lee has got McLean unmarked outside him. Rolls him in. McLean on the goal line. Tremendous lunging tackle by Azare. He's given the goal kick as well. McLean can't believe it, but he can't give dissent now, can he, on the yellow?
Azare's got a big hug from his mate for the tackle. Really good passage of play by Wrexham into Lee's feet. McLean on the overlap, but Azare sorts it out. He goes, matches it, and a great sliding tackle.
Wrexham fans still making excellent noise behind the goal and down the side of the pitch as well, but their team need that inspiration. They're making chance after chance, but I wouldn't say you feel a goal's coming, even though we are making all those opportunities. 14 minutes left. Good tackle by Cannon. Harrogate throw. 10 yards into Wrexham's half. Folds will take it. He's got a short option and he uses it, but it's a poor return ball by Dooley. And like Andy said, Harrogate maybe just looking a little bit tired as his throw's taken quickly for foul. Nods it inside, it's intercepted. And half clears. Barnett gets a foot to it and knocks it long. Headed away easily by Moon. Attacked in midfield by Dobson, who can't get there, but Lee gets to the second ball. And now it's O'Connell striding over the halfway line, punching the ball out to McLean. His first touch takes him inside. Lee wants it and gets it. Mullin again drifting between the lines. Lee switches to the right-hand side. Again, Harrogate's forward players have dropped back into midfield. O'Connell now uses that space, comes forward. Good ball out to the left. McLean has lots of players in there. Buthersson's gone to the far post this time. Ball in. A good head away by O'Connor. Nicely controlled nod back by Dobson. Cannon drills it in the goal mouth. Great block. The block gets distance too. Lee nods it down the line. Azare beats McLean to it. And a great tackle by McLean, but Azare gets at the loose ball. Now he's surging down the right. Following wants it played in his path. It's a poor ball. O'Connell intercepts. And that's a good pass to Lee, and now Wrexham can transition. Lee swiftly out to Mullin. McLean bursting outside him unmarked. Mullin comes inside, sweeps to the far post, headed away as Fowle attacks it, and then held on further by Dooley, only as far as Cannon right hand side. So much pressure by Wrexham, but Harrogate defended their area so well. 78th minute. Barnett now by the corner flag, draws two men to him, pulls it back to Cleworth. Dobson's demanding it square and gets it 25 yards out. He works it down the right. Barnett taking on his man, back again. Cleworth decides to feed it in to the feet of Mullin, holding his man off. Lays it off. Fans say his shirt's being pulled. Cleworth out wide to Barnett. Barnett rips in the cross. Fowle is there and he can't hit the target. Wrestling with his man, maybe just made him take his eye off the ball, and from 6 yards out he heads it wide to the near post.
Yeah, I think he should be hitting the target from that close range, but Wrexham actually do really well. It's really patient build-up, and in the end they get the ball into the box, and for the first cross in a while, it's a red shirt that makes first contact rather than a yellow one. And yeah, I do think Fowle should probably be hitting the target from that far out. He'll be disappointed with that one.
We have to give some credit to Moon and O'Connor as well. They're the two centre halves. Any cross that's coming in, they are absolutely putting bodies on the line to try and keep that ball from dropping to a Wrexham body in the box.
Long goal kick by Belshaw's flicked on. Following does well to get ahead to it as well. Taylor beaten to it by McLean though. Ball won't come down as Cleworth gets it clear and is headed back in by Cornelius. And O'Connell had to step in there to deny Following on the edge of the box, and he hacks it out of play for a throw-in. It goes off onto the main road behind the stand. Throw for Harrogate. 11 minutes plus added time left. Understandably, Folds taking his time over this. Swandering forwards, asking the ref to tell him to go back and waste a bit more time. Throws it in the end, and the turn only drops the ball to O'Connell. Okonkwo slices his clearance on his left foot, and Fowle can't keep that in. Throwing 10 yards into Wrexham's half, right hand side. Azare will take. He's got Taylor down the line. Muldoon beyond him. And he throws looking for Muldoon. McLean gets in front of him though. His header is sliced by Dobson into the Wrexham box, and that's got to be a penalty. Wow, okay. Well, it's got to be a yellow card for diving then, because I thought O'Connell caught Azare. I don't know. Dobson sliced it.
Use your linesman.
And the ball dropped in the box as Zare looked to be in on goal. O'Connell came across and, well, he got close to him. Zare went down. The ref had no doubt he gave the free kick. Is he waiting for Zare to get up before bucking him? No, he's not. Okay. Beg your pardon.
Well, he had a brilliant view of it, the referee. He's right in line with it, so he either sees that O'Connell's foot has gone into the ground and Following is trying to buy it.
Yeah,
but it's a mixed one, isn't it? Is it a yellow? If
you're giving not giving the foul, rather, surely you've got to buck him. Anyway, Lee slings a diagonal. That's Miss Hesse lost his balance and he apologises. Ball goes out for a goal kick.
There's still plenty of time in this game. We still just don't need to just rush everything, put everything into the middle. Just keep the ball, keep recycling the ball one side, then the other side. Keep putting balls into the box when you do get a good opportunity to. But there's going to be 10 plus minutes still to play here.
Belshaw checking his studs before finally getting ready to take this. He signals and hits it. A proper toe buster. He gets hell of a lot of distance. And on that occasion, it ricochets for a throw to Wrexham on the halfway line, right hand side. Barnett hurrying, finds foul, nods it inside nicely. Awkward one for Cannon to take though. And it's smashed away again for a throw in to Wrexham, 30 yards out on the right. Barnett throws it to the corner of the box. Foul touch on nicely. Mullen takes it in his strides, pulls it behind. Budva's on, and McLean can't quite get there. It's hacked away for a throw by the corner flag. There's so many of those naily moments for Wrexham.
It's just not fell, has it, to Wrexham in the penalty area one bit today. Everything has either just been behind or just in front.
Short throw to Lee, who nutmegs his man neatly and goes on to return ball for foul. Square ball to Cannon. Back to Lee, corner of the box. Engages with Cornelius and then pulls the ball back to Cannon, 25 yards out. Quickly over to Barnett now. Barnett sweeps the cross to the far post. McLean's unmarked and he can't get to it. I thought he was going to get to it, and then just did he mistime his run and run underneath it.
Yeah, he did. The ball, it looked like he was just going to come onto it and head it back across goal, but either he got a shout from Lee behind him maybe, just ducked out the way of it, and the opportunity's gone.
So now Wrexham on the halfway line, 7.5 minutes left. O'Connell, there's loads of space on the right hand side as Harrogate come across to reduce room. Dobson into the box and Budvazon is pushed off the ball well by Moon. I've liked Budvazon's movement in the box and when he's offering as a target, and he's won a couple of good headers. He's had that one chance, but it wasn't the easiest finish. And of course he had that scissors kick, which he really got hold of, but Belshaw made a good save. Fireworks going off behind Belshaw's goal in Harrogate as Elliot Lee wins a good header. McLean will keep that in and feeds it inside. Lee on the halfway line. And now O'Connell switching it over to Cleworth. O'Connell into midfield. Mullen dropping off again, looking for space. McLean's coming inside and Mullen runs out, taking the space McLean's vacated. O'Connell can shift it across and now Cleworth can come forwards. He feeds it towards the edge of the box. Cannon pops off nicely. Foul dropping deep. Squares it. McLean now has got option to play it wide early to Lee. Rather runs it to him though, and then decides not to play it in, but picks out the first defender. Azare clear. Poor touch in midfield though allows Wrexham to win it back through Dobson. Harrogate really struggling in this phase of play to get hold of the ball. McLean cutting in 35 yards out. Dobson demanding it. McLean goes the other way. Lee has Foul ahead of him. McLean overlapping. Lee prods it to Mullen. Back to goal, left side of the box. Back to Lee. Feeds Foul. Foul first time. Good ball to Cannon, who does well to ride a tackle. He's holding on to it, edge of the box. Works it wide. McLean again can take his man on. Dobson in support. McLean cuts in. Right-footed balls. Fizz it in. And it's there, but the offside flag's up. Offside. Diving header by Foul at the far post. But Wrexham's goal is chalked off. It was a great ball in by McLean. Touched on and headed home at the far post, but ahead of play.
Yeah, I don't think he's off potentially from the cross. It's the touch by Lee. that just enabled, the foul's gone just off the first cross. Nothing you can do about it. Lee's little flick wasn't going in, so File had to make the contact at the back post, but chalked off.
Oh, frustration for Wrexham. And Belshaw will take the kick. We're into the last 5 minutes. And here's another Harrogate substitution. They're bringing off Muldoon, who has been terrific up front. Really scored the goal, caused all sorts of problems with his nous and his physicality, and he's been replaced by Levi Sutton. Belshaw then will take the goal kick. Again, good distance on it. Sutton beaten to us in the air by O'Connell. Fowle gets up, beaten to it by Moon. And the ball is with Barnes, who drills it and backs it off his man for a throw. Harrogate fans naturally are cheering on every defensive action. Fowle nods their head at the throwing down. Cannon, difficult bounce. It was handball by him. Free kick in midfield. It's like you're saying, we don't want to get into that panicky stage of a game where we're just desperately trying to do something quickly. Got to keep playing football.
Yeah, Harrogate are definitely tiring though. Some of them look absolutely knackered, like Andy pointed out earlier. You know, as we approach the end of this game, you just sort of hope maybe a few mistakes start creeping in that back line.
Here's Sutton picking up 25 yards out. He hits a shot, deflected, it takes all the pace off it. Taylor was completely unmarked on the right and was the better option, surely. As it is, Okonkwo drops it at the feet of O'Connell. McLean now, left-hand side. Feeds it down the flank, Lee on the halfway line. Back to McLean, who's deep in his own half. He sets himself, plays it over the top, looking for the run of Mullin. Mullin, it's a good run that in to out, and he's done well to get there. He goes down, doesn't get the foul, but he does get a corner.
Well, he got fortunate because he didn't get the foul. He went down a little bit easy, tried to buy the free kick, but as he's on the floor, he's able to flick the ball up onto O'Connor's shins and out for a corner.
And Mullin gets a yellow for dissent because he wanted that free kick, but it looked a soft one, to be honest. So corner left-hand side, right-footed. And Elliot Lee gets to go ahead, swings to the far post, fouls there, can't quite get contact. Barnett's chasing this to try and get to it by the corner flag. Cornelius wants to usher it out, and the decision goes Harrogate's way. 2.5 minutes left plus added time. And again, understandably, no one's in a rush to go across and take the throw. Moon eventually gets over there. His home side are making a terrific noise. Moon's taking an eternity over this. He's pushing his luck. Finally he takes it, throws it down the line. Well won by Cleworth. Back down the flank, Fowle scrapping, and he wins the decision. Good work by Fowle, just to hassle a mistake. Throw into Wrexham over the edge of the area. Barnett in short, Cannon back to him. Barnett tries to tackle, good footwork. Can he get the cross in? Wrexham fans screaming for a foul. Barnett keeps going, real determination. Cuts back on his right foot, he's rugby tackled. Well, that's a free kick in a shooting position. That was a wild piece of defending, that. By, again,
I think it was panicky defending, wasn't it? You know, you just can't afford to let Barnett get past him. So in the end, gives away the foul.
And fair play to Barnett, he really persisted, didn't he? There were a couple of times he ended up in sort of block tackles, but he kept driving, keep going. And so he was just flattened by Dooley, it was actually. So Wrexham have a 3-player committee over the ball, Dobson, Mullin and McLean. Shooting position, surely.
Yeah, Tom O'Connor normally from that side would be your left footer, but having been subbed for foul. Thought McLean might be the left footer, but is it Mullin?
Is Mullin it'll be, yeah. So lots of Wrexham players. O'Connell arriving late looking for scraps, but surely Mullin's going to have a go here. Lots of players on the wall. Mullin drills it beyond. Oh, it's cleared under the bar. Back to Mullin. He tries to beat his man, dispossessed. The ball's launched long, and that's the biggest cheer of the match. And Harrogate can get onto this. I think Okonkwo should have come for it, but as it is now, it's Taylor on the right. Cannon's got back well. Taylor hits his shot, but he's put it over the stand, and it'll waste a bit more time. Okonkwo needed to have a high starting position there because that'll get everyone back, and needed to come for it, I think.
That's madness. Okonkwo did start high, I think, middle of our half, and he just decides to retreat in the 3v0.
Harrogate clears 6 added minutes. O'Connell with a big tackle on Fowler who fouls him. Harrogate complained, but they wanted a handball. But O'Connell fell on the ground and the ball rolled onto his hand, and the rules now say that's not handball. So ref's right on that occasion. McLean coming forwards now, Lee demanding to get outside. Instead, he tries a switch and it's a poor one, cleared easily. Cleworth brings it under control, feeds it straight back towards the edge of the area, over Mullin's head, headed clear. Dobson is there, finds Mullin. Mullin works it across, and now it's Taylor picking it up. Centre of the pitch, helping it across to the left-hand side. It's fed backwards again, long ball over the top is too strong. Cleworth leaves it for Okonkwo. Nearly had a minute of the added, well, I'm sure the fourth official, but a 6. Says 5 on the board. Here's Lee. Mind you, to be fair, I've just broke my glasses, so maybe that's why I couldn't read it. I just poked the lens out and it won't go back in. Simon Weaver's going nuts, saying that someone's got to put pressure on the ball. As Cleworth steps forward, lofts it into the box. Bothersson beaten to it in the air by Moon. Cannon can't win it in the middle of the pitch. Harrogate trying to bring it clear. And did they draw the foul? No, they don't. Poor clearance. O'Connell now sets himself. Works it square. Dobson in the centre circle. Wants to keep that ball moving. O'Connell with the big diagonal. Foul. Wrestling on the edge of the box. Flicks it on well. Bothersson gets up. It drops loose. O'Clean keeps it alive. And a defender intervenes. It does go beyond foul. Crazy scramble that was. And nobody could get on the end of it. Wrexham again with the ball at the back. Dobson with a sloppy pass. Cleworth has to feed it back to Okonkwo. Goodness me. Wrexham living in Harrogate's box at times, but just can't get the touches on. Foul jumps beaten in the air well by O'Connor. Ball lifted over Wrexham's defence again. Okonkwo this time will come out, and then the end takes it comfortably here. Bowls the ball out. We're nearly halfway through the 5 minutes if it's 5. Cannon lays the ball off. Cleworth knocks it long, looking for Bothersson, asking a lot of him. He's created a loose ball, but it's Harrogate to get to it and knock it half clear. Cannon now on the right-hand side. Driving forwards, hard tackle on Cannon. He goes down, and in the end he's penalised. Are he saying he handled it or lay on it? Well, Harrogate don't care. The important thing for them is they can now take their time over this restart, and they'll get us deep into the 4th minute of added time. The Harrogate fans now are starting to sing them home. They think they've nearly got it. They're not wrong. Belshaw with the free kick. Standing over it. Takes a very deliberate run up. Then signals and steps up right-footed. Rakes it down the flank. Meets everybody. Throw to Wrexham, but deep in the Wrexham half, which is okay by Harrogate. 90 seconds, if like I said, it was 5, not the 6 I thought I saw. Okonkwo to McLean on the edge of his box. He feeds it early ball to Lee. Lee controlling the ball, protecting it from Cornelius. Back to O'Connell. And he helps it wide to Cleworth on the right. Cleworth stands up the long ball. Bothersson backing in against O'Connor. Looked to be fouled again. Nothing given, but the ball drops kindly again for Harrogate. They work it to Follering on the left. Taylor's a marks at the far post. But Follering surely goes to the corner flag in this scenario. And he does. Cleworth makes a tackle at him. Ref says it's not a foul. And in the end, Wrexham come away with it. Into the last minute of added time. Dobson with a hurried pass. He was looking for Lee. McLean gets to it. Early ball to Farl on the left. Mullin is inside. McLean on the outside. Farl just checks out and finds Lee instead. Square to Dobson. 40 seconds left. Cleworth has Barnett outside him. Barnett sets himself. Rips in the good cross. Headed wide by Dobson. In fact, it's gone well wide. And it may well go for a throw-in. It's snuck out for a throw to Wrexham. I thought Dobson had got to that first and planted it on target, but barely got any contact on it.
No, I thought that was it, Mark. Really nice ball in from Ryan Barnett. You're just thinking, is that the last chance? Maybe we'll get one more in here.
Throw-in's taken. McLean stands it to the far post. Keeper comes, claims that. And the celebrations amongst the Harrogate fan. As the final whistle goes, Wrexham are out of the FA Cup. And frankly, if you miss that many chances, you're going to be, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. They had chances in the first half, and then they've also created half chances in the second half. We haven't really made the keeper work. The best chance of the game was Dobson's, and he managed. The keeper made a really good save with his legs. But really, if you don't take those chances, you're not going to win games, and Harrogate took the one that they had, and they've come out with it. They defended doggedly. They worked so hard for that win, and they deserve full credit for that.
Yeah, absolutely echo that, Andy. I think, you know, the absolute energy levels that Harrogate have put in, particularly in those last 20-15 minutes when Wrexham sort of turned it up a bit more and were really, you know, getting that ball in the box, and it just wouldn't drop. But that's full credit to that Harrogate back line. I thought they were exceptional. I thought Moon and O'Connor have put in, you know, some real top performances there defensively. And full credit to Harrogate. You know, I wish them luck in the next round, and that's what the FA Cup is all about.
Yeah, Harrogate's defending was outstanding. They were good on the break, and ultimately, you know, the side that takes their chance deserves the win. You know, to be honest, Wrexham are really a bit toothless in the goal. I mean, Belshaw made a couple of good saves, but considering the pressure he's under, he should have been under a lot more. The Wrexham fans are still loyal to them and made great noise in the second half as they're being acknowledged by the players. But yeah, it's all about quality in either box really today.
Yeah, but Harrogate were really happy with the ball going out wide to either of our wing-backs. Balls into the box, they defended them really well. They enabled their wingers to come back, help double up to stop good quality crosses coming in. And then the two in the middle of the box made by the full-back on the opposite side made it really difficult, and they were happy to do that. Wrexham didn't really have that other, maybe that nous to maybe change it a little bit, try and play through them, try and move the two centre-halves around a little bit, little combinations around the edge of the box. It was always wide and cross, and it just never fell to a Wrexham player in a good chance, and the chances that they did had, the keeper was up to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Muldoon's header from a corner in the first half was the difference between the two teams. Wrexham, like I said, all opportunities. Dobson one-on-one, but Belshaw saved well. Budvarsson making his debut nailed a scissors kick from about 10 yards, but another good save by Belshaw. And yeah, I mean, O'Connor in the middle and Moon just defended like their lives depended on it. Wrexham kept knocking the door. I thought Barnett got quite a lot of good crosses in, and yet ultimately Wrexham couldn't get that breakthrough at all. And yeah, I can only mirror your words, Mia. Well done, Harrogate. You deserve that. They battled like hell. The fans, as you can see, have loved it, and they've all stayed behind, quite rightly, to acknowledge their team. And Wrexham are out the FA Cup.
Well, when teams play teams in higher leagues, you have to have a little bit of luck. They have to miss chances. They're going to get opportunities because the team's obviously a higher league. But off the back of that, you also have to then take the game to these teams, have a little bit of bravery, and they really grew into the game. First 15 minutes, dominant Wrexham, but then Harrogate just grew into it, got a little bit of a lift from a couple of challenges, a couple of bits of play up front. They take the opportunity that comes their way, and then they dig in, they graft for the rest of the 95 minutes and come away with a well-deserved 1-0 win.
Yeah, totally agree. But then, just looking back at that performance, I think, what did we have? Maybe one, maybe two clear-cut opportunities. There weren't many where you're sort of thinking, massive opportunity missed. They were very much, half chances. So, and that's full credit to Harrogate. I thought they just their defensive shape was superb. I don't think they allowed us to step in many times, whether that be Tom O'Connor, Elliot Lee when he came on, he wasn't given much time and time on the ball at all. It was very much man for man. Every Harrogate player did their job and more.
Yeah, absolutely. First time we've actually lost here, but Harrogate have consistently done well against Wrexham. Drew both games in the league last season, and yeah, fair play. Defended with guts, showed genuine heart, and ultimately they are going through to the next round. So, disappointment for Wrexham, so often the giant killers, but now we're the giants being killed. With a final score of Harrogate Town 1, Wrexham 0. We've been Mark Griffiths, Andy Morrell and Mia Roberts from Wrexham AFC.